The question of who is a Jew was readdressed today by a 9-member panel of High Court justices who heard petitions from individuals who underwent reform and conservative conversions in Israel. The petitioners are calling for official recognition as Jews under the law of return, which allows Jews and those with Jewish parents or grandparents to settle in Israel and gain citizenship. Under the present religious status quo, the only conversions to Judaism accepted in Israel under this law are those conducted in accordance with Orthodox practice and recognized by the chief rabbinate.
The Reform movement started the Israel Religious Action Center as a device to make the world a better place. The Reform movement believes that our job in this world is not just to pray in synagogues, which is very important. In fact, our congregations are the backbone of our organization, but also to do some good in this world. And even though the Reform movement in Israel is fighting for recognition and is quite small, the device that we have built to make the world a better place is something we should be very proud of. We're always very thrilled with pictures of Olim setting foot in Israel, getting off the boat, kissing the ground. It's wonderful. Well, Aliyah, immigration, must be coupled with klita, absorption. That part is the thankless part of the everyday drudgery of helping a person who's not an Israeli become one. Nikki is a brilliant lawyer. She's committed to her clients, and she's probably Israel's leading expert on the laws of immigration.
There weren't institutions, and there aren't institutions to help the new immigrants find their feet, at least on legal questions. And there are many, many legal questions that will arise, whether they're legal issues regarding their status. Are they recognized as Jews? In Russia, for example, on your documents, you do have nationality written down, and Judaism, or Jew, is considered nationality in Russia. But for example, in Russia, the nationality goes by the father and not by the mother. So a lot of the Russians came to Israel, having been branded all their lives as Jews, and come to Israel and discovered that the state of Israel doesn't see them as Jews because according to the law in Israel, Judaism is passed down by the mother. We're just about to go into court to represent the couple who are behind me, Natalie and Sergei, who are fighting for the right to bring Natalie's daughter into Israel to live with them. LACO provides legal aid free to new immigrants on all levels regarding their aliyah that no other organization does. LACO will take a private case and represent it up to the Supreme Court for free. That's a service that no one apart from us can do, and the importance of it speaks for itself.
My name is Rabbi Michael Boyden. I'm the director of the Rabbinic Court of the Israel Council of Progressive Rabbis. I've had contact with Nikki Maor for many years, not only through her work as an advocate working in the Reform movement to advance the rights of our converts in Israel, but also as a member of my congregation, Kilat Yonatan in Hod HaSharon. And it's lovely to see a lady like her who not only works hard and tries to advance our rights in Israel, but who is also a very committed Jew herself and a wonderful mother and has brought up a lovely family. And to see that combination, which expresses itself in so many ways, is really a credit to her and in fact to her family.
This is the Or Hadash congregation. It's a Reform congregation in Haifa. This is where our Haifa office has its offices. It's a joint project between IREC and the Haifa congregation, so we can best serve all the members of the community, both the members of the congregation and the new immigrants from Ethiopia and from the former FSU. These are brand new offices that they've built basically for us, but we finally have our own room. Up until now, we used to play musical chairs and sit in different offices that were available. So now finally we have our own room. Hopefully we'll get new furniture soon and it will actually be slightly more formalized as a legal office. At the moment, it is what it is.
We deal with 6,000 complaints a year, over 65,000 to date. And if there is a religious movement in this country that embraced the new immigrants, it's the Reform movement through 3 legal aid centers in Beersheba, in Tel Aviv, and in Haifa, where we have intake workers who speak the language of the different immigrants, and we have a highly professional set of lawyers headed by Nicole Mao, who go to court with them and give them the time of day.
Today we're on our way to an absorption center just north of Haifa. Most of the new immigrants there are Ethiopians who've come in on this last wave of Aliyah, which is the Aliyah of what they call the Falashmura, which are the Ethiopians who have some sort of Jewish descent, but at some point in time one member of that family converted out of Judaism for whatever reasons. And so they come to the absorption centers for 1 year to undergo a conversion procedure and to learn about Israel, obviously, to learn Hebrew, and to take their first steps into Israeli society. This woman claims that her daughter's been left in Ethiopia, and is there any way we can help her? In theory, there shouldn't be any reason why daughters or children should be left behind unless they've passed the cut-off period, because in Ethiopia, according to the government decision, if you're on your mother's side, you can prove at least 7 generations, somebody in the 7 generations that have passed is Jewish, then you ought to be able to make Aliyah. Now, it's possible that her daughter is 8th generation, therefore she can't come in. But we need to find out, and we'll try and find out for her. Okay?
We're actually helping the absorption of Olim, and Olim are considered the prime directive of this country. One of the first laws that were passed in Israel is the law of return. And we're the ones who are actually implementing this law and all its complications to individual people. So I can't think of a better place to put your dollar than to help absorb Jews from all over the world who want to find their home here in Israel.
It was clear to me that if I make Aliyah, there's only one real aim to make Aliyah. It's not just to go and live in Israel, but it was to go to Israel and see what I can do to make Israel a better place that I feel that I can be proud of as a Jew living in a Jewish country. We're going to need help to continue. If we close our doors, I think the face of Israel will change for the worse. It sounds a grandiose statement, but we're talking about the lives of individuals, and the lives of individuals is what make the state what it is. The immigrants have so much to give this country. We've already seen it amongst many of the Russian jury. The potential amongst the Ethiopian jury, which has such a long way to go, is there. We have to be there to help it along, otherwise Israel's going to go backwards and not go forwards.
It says in our scripture, "B'makom she'en ish yishtadel liot ish," where there is no, it's a little sexist, where there is no man, try to be a man. And Nikki stands by these immigrants at their time of need, and somebody has to be there. There is no one else. We're not an organization that competes in a market of lots of other free legal aid organizations. We're the only ones in this country who give free legal aid from the very beginning to the very end, from the beginning complaint to the Supreme Court, to every complaint that walks in the door.